evening, yes.
What have you been?
So do you?
After dinner?
It's not after dinner. It's nearly dinner.
Monday.
But since it's nearly dinner, I know where you're going.
Margaret.
I don't know, but this might be a clue. See that? That says I'm boss.
All right.
Doesn't happen, does it? Can I have a coffee, though?
Yes.
All right. Afternoon, boys and girls. Stop sticking your fingers up at me. I saw that. Hey, that was terrible. Sorry. Lost my train of thought there. She was being really rude. I'm going to flash through the markets and trade directly in front of you. Just roll the intro. I'll tell you all about it. Hi, welcome to the channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Langers and I am the Scruffy Trader. Why am I scruffy? Well, take a look around here. It doesn't take a genius to work that one out. But my charts are pretty clean, and I'm going to show that in a moment. But first, look who's been doing her job. Is this for me?
It is.
Say hello to everybody. Don't be rude.
Hiya.
Lean in and go, well, hello.
That's your line.
That's my line. No, it's this one's line.
Hello.
Sorry. It is a trading channel for those of you who haven't been here before, but it's real life trading. And this is what I do for a living. I'm fortunate in the sense I can work where I choose. Joanne has a business here that I come down and terrorize because I have a setup here. And what I'll do is I'll make a video while I'm trading and I can spend time with my best friend. And what's better than that? Please tell me, what is better than doing a job you love and spending time with your best friend? There isn't. And that's what trading does for you. But you have to put the work in. Sadly, there's a lot of people out there who don't. They look for shortcuts. They look for free rides. And they just think they're going to be millionaires like that. Sorry, guys, that's not the way of the world. You have to educate yourself and you have to put the time in. It is not an overnight success. And time again, I get messages all the time and it's like, oh, just show me a system. It's not as simple as that. That's like saying to a plumber, just show me how to bend a pipe. There's a lot more to it, you know. And just because you can change a washer on a tap faucet or a tap, if you're in the UK, you are not a plumber, all right? And just because you can see a chart and understand what a candle is, you are not a trader. When you become a trader, it is more than knowing how the charts work. It's knowing how you work. And what I mean by that is know when to stop, when to start, and know what you're looking at. So I'm going to do an experiment today. See, I'm a great believer that you can trade every day, any time of day, on pretty much most markets, if you know what you're looking for. But this is the key element that goes back to what I've just been saying here about know yourself. You have to put the work in order to know what you're looking for. You can't just pick a chart up and think that because you have paid some clown.
You ding dong!
Give it to me again.
You ding dong!
For a signal service, you're going to be rich. It don't work like that. It really doesn't. And a lot of the messages I get, I don't understand what you do. It's because you haven't put the work in. That's why you don't understand it. Then those people become the trolleys of this world. Good old Popeye.
Personally, I think you're a fucking idiot.
And it's because they'll never ever succeed. You know, looking for a free ride. Okay. And I got a comment this morning saying I use the markets like an ATM machine. Yeah, I do. It is the easiest answer to that one. But it's not quite as simple as that. It's took a long, long time to read the markets. And the reason why I'm consistent is I am not in the markets as much as you think I am. I'll be in once, twice a day. Swing trades are something different. They're more investments, and they're constantly running, the opening, closing, and shutting all the time. But day trading's a different bag. You have to be careful about what you're doing because it's a dynamic market and you're looking for essentially small pulses within a day. And even when you're looking at an hourly chart, it is a small pulse in the grand scheme of things. Okay, so it's quite difficult to get it right all the time. So the easiest thing to do is look for one setup once a day and then build on it. Simple as that. So that's what I'm going to do right now. It is closing up to 12:30 on the 23rd of July. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, without going through anything, I'm just going to fire up my broker with 0 positions open. I'm going to work my way through the charts as I do. I'm going to pick one of them and I'm going to trade it live without switching camera off. So it'll be seamless right through. Yeah, when it goes into trade, I'll speed it up a touch and put some music on because otherwise you might be sitting there for hours. But essentially, that's what I'm going to do. When I fire the broker up, it will go through it. I'll pick the trade and that is it. And then you'll see it. And I'm looking for one trade this afternoon and see how we get on. Just to show you that trading is quite simple and that you don't really need to learn anything other than the basics. Now, I did a video the other day on the basics, and that's all my trading is. It is basics. But I'm consistent. And I'm consistent because I don't overtrade, I don't look for the magic pill, and I don't look for a free ride. And talking of free rides, I get bombarded by people asking me questions all the time, just trying to pick apart what I do. Very rarely do I get, well, I try this, but it doesn't quite work. Can you look at it? The question I get is, what do you do? How do I do it? Turn the question round, and then you'll probably get a better answer from me. You know, I'll say, well, try this, and it doesn't quite work. Where do you think I'm going wrong? And then I've got groundwork to give you an answer. If you just say, I want to do what you do. I want to be a millionaire. Give me the money. Show me the money. You're not going to work, guys. You know, and I'm pretty certain if I turn around and says, well, I'll tell you what, you give me 100 quid and I'll show you what I do. The answer will be a lot different because then you wouldn't want to know, but you're happy for it to be free. So just think about your questions, okay? I do this for enjoyment. That is it. And if somebody donates into a coffee fund, I do my best to point those guys in the right direction because they show me a bit of commitment and it makes me good. But sorry, I had 20 odd messages. People keep finding me on my private Telegram messenger and they make my life a nightmare. So anyway, sorry, almost got on a rant. I probably will get on a rant on that very soon because some guys are getting a little bit annoying. There's a couple in the Facebook group that are getting annoying as well, and I think they need to be watching what they're doing a little bit. Anyway, let us get on the charts and see what we can find. Okay, guys, so I fired up my broker and we are looking for a solid move, a real good move. But what I often do, just to get an overview of what's going on, I look at this first. So as we can see, I've got no positions, no working orders, and it's a blank screen. So starting from scratch, without using anything. Make this a bit small so I can get it on. I look at this little chap here. Finvies. So this is today. And it'll give me a good overview of what is going on. Now, yesterday I traded the US CAD, and it was pushing down, and I banked on a retrace, and I caught that retrace, and it's carried on going down. Now, today there's a change in sentiment. The CAD is getting stronger, and the US is moving down the scale, as is the Aussie dollar. Now, yesterday that was up here. So a good trick to do is make a note of what that is one day and then compare it to the next, and you can start seeing what the movers and the shakers are. And it kind of helps you guide your way through the markets. Okay, just a good bench point. So when we come down these charts, I'll pay attention to the US CAD. Okay, so let's have a look, see what we get. Start on the hourlies, have a look. And we'll start building up a watch list of what I think is good with just the basics. It's a basic RSI, support resistance lines, and a makeup of candles. Okay, steady push down. There's good room, so that's a contender. So we'll have a look at that. And when I'm doing things like this, I pretty much just look at the majors to see what's going on. That's a good contender, I like that. Okay. And you'll see that I have my marks already pre-done. The markets are, got my levels in, I can see them clearly. Looks pretty good. Because I do it on a Sunday afternoon and then I don't have to do it anymore. They're in for the week. Well, pretty much. And I just have to add a couple of extra levels as the days go by. But primarily I'll do it on a Sunday and have a look at them. Right, there we go. That's the trade I did yesterday. As you can see, it there went up and then it fell away. It's looking pretty good for a move. So we're going to get lots of choices here, guys, by the looks of things. Seems to be quite a bit of movement. Could be a good day. Maybe I picked the wrong day to have a day off. Quick look, see what the indices has to say for itself. FTSE. No, not the FTSE. The DAX as well. Okay. So now, excuse me. Now I've scanned through the markets just quickly to look at what's possible to trade. Just start looking at the makeups of these markets. Okay. Right. That's had a drive up. It's come to the 50%. It's danced around. It's pushed up, but it hasn't quite made it. Okay. So we'll drag that out to a day, see what's happening on the dailies. Right, so it's come up into the zones, kind of indecision. Candles are getting smaller and smaller and smaller, which shows it's running out of steam. It is coming up oversold, overbought rather, on a standard RSI. take it into a 4 hour, coming away, big move up, okay, down. This is probably a good shout to get to here. Okay, so what we'll do, take it down onto a 15, and then you can start seeing the makeup of your candle a little bit better. So there's your drive, and it's steadily working its way down. So it might have hit the golden shot here, first market we looked at. It's under the moving average, because that's a 20. It's in the middle, long tail, lots of red, and it's coming off a bounce point. So I think there's a high probability you could jump into the market here, underneath this candle, and grab 10, 15 pips straight away. So we'll put an order in below there. 20, which is just to the top of these candles here. Boom. All right. So there's an order made up, just a basic chart watching. All right. Nothing superb or anything like that. It's just basic stuff, guys. So take it into a 5 just to fine tune. Tells me the same story. Okay, so we'll leave that one. Now I like to have 2 day trades running at any one time, or I'll rephrase that. I have a maximum of 2 day trades running at any one time. This one's going to be the first. Okay, and all I've based that on is support and resistance, the dynamics of the candle pattern over the last few days, and what I'm looking at in the here and now. In other words, using the past to look at the future. All right, and that's what these support and resistance lines are, or areas of interest. You're just looking for history to repeat itself. That is it. Okay, so that's one. If it races away, doesn't matter, because look, there's your order. Okay, it's got to drop 10 pips or so to trigger that order. If it fires in, fabulous. Right, so let's have a look at another one. Strong drive up, 50% retracement. It's already there. All right, so what we do now is we have a look at this retracement. There's the start of the move. There's the top of the move. It's coming into the 50 now. All right, so if I'd seen that earlier on, I'd have traded it. So we can discard that one. That one's done for the day. That one's moving up. Okay. But this little bad boy is a good contender. There's your bottom of the move. There's the top of your move. Your 50 is pretty much on that support and resistance. This is a good mark. Right. Coming off the RSI, pointing down. Take it into a 15-minute. Oh, definite sell-off. Pushing down. Drop a bolly on, just to be a little bit certain. We haven't hit the bottom of the Bollinger yet. So quite good. 10 pip. So we will take this order here. We are going to break this one up. Okay. 10, 15. Right. 2 markets to work with. these I want to look at just to keep my eye on it. That there's a high probability into here. It's coming off the bottom. Strong drive, retrace. So watch that. That one has a good chance to get to here. Not taking it because it's pushing right down on the RSI. Euro. Yeah. That's a good contender to push down as well. Yeah, you're looking at a 50%. Yeah, onto there. Likewise with cable. Okay, so that plate is opened. Watch that. We'll just keep an eye on this one. Over there. And we're just going to watch these play out. Simple as that. There we go. So a couple of minutes having a look at the markets. It is now 10 to 1. 10 to 1. Markets have triggered. In order for those orders to open, the market had to slam in, which they have. It's dragging it relatively straight into profit. We'll just watch it. Simple as that, guys. And then when it's finished, I'll come back and give a little bit of summary. So enjoy. But while that, there is one very important thing that you must have when you're trading, and it is absolutely terrible music. And my choice today is the Wurzels. Why? Because Winky hates them and I think they're great. Sorry. So off with what you're laughing at? You're not like the Wurzels?
Not that one, but combined hamster.
No, this one's I'm a cider drinker, the one with the girl with the, you know, the one with the girl with the. It's great. Sorry. Enjoy the trade, guys. Live trades, straight in front, no edit of the camera, 266 quid. Right guys, there you go. Single camera shot right through. Quick analysis of the charts. Two picked, which seem to be the best choices. Got in and I got out. And it is now, let's have a look, see what time it is. There you go, 1:30, 40 minutes. So 40 minutes, job done, just by not being greedy. That's me done for the day. I only have a look for a couple hundred quid, and I'll do the same again the day after. If I have a cracking day, I can have a day off. And that's all trading is about. Too many times people think you should be in and out, in and out. Yes, you can, but you're going to hit a roadblock, and that roadblock is the turning point of the market, and it's going to take away your profit. All right? It's the difference between scalping and intraday. Intraday, you're just looking for one move that pays you relatively well. And quick exercise, happy days. All right. So there we go. It was just a quick one. Wasn't really planning on doing a video today. But I just thought I would show it, just following on from a few messages that I had this morning, trying to pick apart what I did yesterday. Sometimes I just can't win. I really can't. But what I tried to show today was a reason as to why I'm consistent. I'm careful in what I choose. I then thin down what I choose. I look for the best opportunity within the chosen market, and then I trade it. And when I see I've got enough and I'm ready and I'm risk-free, I get out. That's it. That's intraday summed up very quickly. There we go. So, had a good one. I'm now going to terrorise Winky, because I've got the rest of the afternoon to do it, and have another coffee. So with all of that, remember guys, do what you love, and money will follow. See you all in the next one.